Normally when I do these pre-recordings, I sit here without the camera and do my channeling, take my notes, refer back to them. I sat down to do that and I just got the nudge to turn the camera on. So we'll see how this comes out. So I've picked my 2 cards already. So card number 1, card number 2 for the 2 readings from the Moonchild Tarot Deck, which is what we'll be using today. Something springing cord, something bouncing. Yeah, it feels like a bungee cord. We're trying to attach things, but we're trying to be also limber, fluid about it. We're trying to make a change. We're trying to transform, but then we're still bound to our current existence is how it's coming across. Restraint isn't really the right word, but constraint to us. There's something that it feels like it's a small part of ourselves that is holding us back, that's still attached to something that we really need to release and let go of in order to fully surrender and fall into the transformation that not only we need, but is really, really necessary right now and due to wherever we're going to be at in the next 3 to 6 months. So slightly a training energy, slightly gearing up. It's more just, okay, we really are going to benefit from just having that release. I'm realizing now I said like a bungee cord. So it's like, then if we can actually unhook it and have that, again, disconnect sounds more like it's a bad thing. This is a good thing. This is helpful for us. And when we can do that and we can move forward and we can start getting that ball rolling on our personal transformation, then where we end up, the sooner we can do that will be really supportive for whatever is going to pop up in the next 3 to 6 months. I'm already getting the nudge that we can flip the card over and then there's going to be a little bit more, some sort of a footnote afterwards, whatever that means. So for our card, we have 2 of Swords. This is what's hilarious always when I do these. This card is so dark and yet it still looks washed out. Oh, that was kind of doing it for a second. All right, so we have 2 of Swords. 2 cards are always about decisions. So we have the duality, is it this or is it that? And then when we have Swords, that's the mind. So just read. Okay, I was nudged to bring my book over and I was like, I don't need my book. I can just do this without it. But apparently we're supposed to be reading for this card. Sentences 3 and 4 on which page? Separately. Oh, okay. All right, so our first sentence that we have, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, I got it wrong. 1, 2, 3. All right. So because there's a woman on the card, it has female pronouns. She will need to rely on both her intellect and higher wisdom to make sense of the blockages, oh my goodness, that prevent her from seeing clearly. Okay, amazing. So part of the seeing clearly piece is when we're talking about swords as being mental. It's like, how can she really make the best decision if she's blocked? I'm obsessed. That's what we were just talking about. All right, let's get our second sentence. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It it is time to acknowledge the situation head on so that you may process what you have been avoiding. Okay. It's so funny. I don't mean to laugh because clearly it's something that we're dealing with, but I just always get amused when I don't know why I'm surprised anymore. I've been doing this for so long, but maybe that sense of wonder I think is a good thing. That I'm so entertained by it. So for 2 of Swords, We want to transform. In order to get there, we have to get over the mental hurdle. We have to release something. It does feel like there is a little bit of an emotional component. Maybe the reason that you're holding on to it is tied to something. I keep getting nostalgia, like of your memories. It's deep rooted in memories, and or who you believe yourself to be, because memories are formative. This feels like an opening. So we're opening up to experiences. Which types of experiences? Ones that allow us to sink our teeth into freedom. So is it that for the week ahead, or is it, more extended like the first reading, that we are trying to reconnect to our own personal freedom? Both. For some people, it feels like this is ongoing. This isn't new. This isn't surprising to hear this, that it's been kind of going around in the back of your head. It's popped up before. It's been increasing, maybe even over the last several weeks. And so now this is a culmination point. If you've been thinking about it, if you've been pondering it, if it keeps coming up, now is the time to actually do something about it. Because, again, similar to the first reading, there's a huge payoff. There's a huge gain from allowing ourselves to open up and be more free. I'm getting something that is linking us a little bit back to the first reading. So having a bit of the resistance energy because of what our notion is of freedom. So maybe that would be a helpful exercise, like suggested journal practice here. Sit down. First column, when you hear the word freedom or free, what do you associate with that? How do you define it? What are synonyms? Second column, where do you live that out? Like, where is that happening in your life? What are experiences that you have, things that you do that make you feel those things? Can be any of them. Maybe you're picking the same word from that list over and over again, but where are you tapping into that? If you're finding that you're having trouble, that's the point. The point is that that second column is significantly harder. And then the third column feels like it's the intention setting. So now that we know how you're actively engaging with freedom or passively engaging with those freedom ideas and behaviors, then in the third column, now that we've kind of transitioned into resettling back into our lives, we're thinking about, well, how could I add it more? It seems like we're picking 3. If you want to go for extra credit, pick a 4th one. But we're picking 3 ways from this exercise, from this thought process, of how we can, in small ways. So it seems like they could be small actions. I'm not supposed to give too many examples, but something tiny. I'm getting something about coffee. So it's like, okay, the freedom of choice. And it could be, what is your order? Do you always get the same order for coffee? Or if you make it at home, do you always make it the same way? How could you more freely express yourself, not limit yourself? Maybe pick something a little bit different, something that is new, that's fresh, that's exciting. Maybe you don't even like it. That's not really the point. The point is the openness and the expansion. All right, so here is our card. We have 3 of Wands. Woo! Super light card. Holding it all the way back here. The 3 of Wands is all about the journey. So the 2 of Wands right before this is like you have the world in your hands. So again, 2 cards. That's a decision. So you're like, okay, what can I do? And the 3 is like, okay, so now we're on the journey. We're starting to stabilize a little bit. We're figuring out where it is that we want to go. It's hard to see here because it's so light. So the 2 women, it's like they're walking along the beach. You can't quite see exactly what's in the distance, but we are moving forward. We're progressing. Whenever we have wands, again, that's inspiration. So having this paired with this idea of freedom, I mean, what are they if not free? They have the open, beach, ocean, moon in the distance, full of opportunity and very much in an expansive state. I am getting here the nudge that yes, this could be a buddy system thing. Maybe you tap somebody to do this exercise with you, so then you can support each other in opening up more. But you also could be reminded that maybe this is you, but then this is your spirit team. So you can go to those mentors, asking for signs, guidance, for support. So you could say, hey, spirit team, all this week, I want to engage in behaviors, make different decisions that will energetically open me up. I would like to see this sign. And it's almost like an Easter egg. So they're encouraging you, hey, go this way. Maybe try this out. Get curious. So you could set that intention right at the beginning of the week, and then just when you see it all throughout the week, those are the different choices that you can make. Because again, clarification doesn't mean every single day that you have to do something, but we're making the choice to make some moves here, like at least a few times this week, not just like, oh, I just changed my coffee order, I'm good. Like, we really want to get into that more, and we want to feel, again, wands, inspired to keep going. Because if we don't actually tap into this energy and understand what it feels like, it's not going to be something that sticks, that we want to keep doing, and then we'll just close right up again. Both of them had some component of growth. So for the first reading, we were explicitly talking about transformation. And then the second one, we were talking about expansion. So we're looking to shift from one state to another over some period of time. They both extended beyond this week. And in general, and because we have a 2 and a 3, we are very early on in the journey for both. And there's some component of preparation. So these are the early stages, important, crucial steps for us to take that will help us down the road. Another thing that came through for each was some sort of an exercise, and specifically a thought exercise. Now, for the Two of Swords, this has to do with the mind and communication, so that's not a surprise. And to differentiate the second one, yes, we were sitting down and we have our columns and our whole journal prompt situation, and we have to sit there and use our brain. However, we are brainstorming, we are generating ideas so that we can take action. That's wands. So that's how we can differentiate them. If you're wondering, well, I had some things come to me. For reading number 1, it's more about the reflection and looking backward, especially because we have that nostalgia piece. So reflecting, we're trying to understand, we're sorting it out. And then you have a 2 where, okay, you are making a choice from that point. And your choice is how exactly you can release that block. But you have to be doing the soul searching and looking back and understanding and really thinking and reflecting, which is different than, I could do this, I could do that. The inspired energy, which is propelling you forward and having you make multiple choices. But again, multiple acts of exploration. So that is how we are separating them. Could you do both of these? Sure. Nothing is prohibiting you from doing that. It depends on what your block is. That's what's coming through. So depending on the nature of your block, it might be one that is particularly contingent upon this idea of expansion. So maybe you don't take up a lot of space for a specific reason. So you hide, you shrink yourself, you say no to things. And so a growth and expander exercise would be really helpful in tending to that. Seems like otherwise, if that's not the main block that's coming up, that these would be separate experiences for people that you would slot into lane number 1 or lane number 2. I record these week ahead readings every week, whether they are me solo or with my Insight Timer classes. So you can go all the way back to mid-February to see the week ahead readings. And I also have some collective ones that are for either some weeks or some months where I'm getting nudged to do something that is a little bit longer. I know we're in the middle of a couple of them, honestly, right now. So you could check those videos out too if you want to overlay those on top of what we've talked about today. Plus, I teach astrology as well. And over the course of this week, I will be releasing some episodes that I recorded on December 3rd when I was doing my month ahead. So you can combine all of those together. You can use one, you can use multiple tools, whatever it is that you feel will bring you the most support. And reminder, my 21-day challenge is still ongoing. So yes, it's the 8th. We have an entire week done, but we still have 2 more weeks to go because it's a 21-day challenge. So if you want to check that out, you can head over to any of my social media platforms. If you would like to backfill and do the first 7 days, feel free. You're under no obligation. It's whatever you want to do. You want to pick and choose some of them, or you just want to start at day 8 because you feel like that's the divine timing of when you watch this. Go ahead. Any self-care is good self-care. And that's really what the challenge is encouraging, is for us to connect to our spirituality, connect to ourselves, care for ourselves, and tap into the energy of the time. So we want to act. We want to move forward a little bit because we have fire sign Sagittarius season, but the light is dwindling. We're slowing down, Northern Hemisphere. We're slowing down, and we're also getting prepared for Capricorn season, which similarly wants to act. So we have this a little bit of a dichotomy. If we want to act, but we don't want to act because we're tired and our energy is going all over the place. So this challenge, that's why I'm calling it spiritual alignment, is helping you reconnect and center everything so that you can navigate a little bit more smoothly, whatever it is that you may be doing over the 21 days. So if you would like to participate, just hop on over to any of my social media. If you read the description, it'll tell you exactly what to do. And yeah, I will see you around. I do have a class on this coming Wednesday, the 10th. I'm doing a meditation. Oh, how perfect, with our themes of the week. So for those classes, channel the actual meditation itself, so what we're going to be doing in it and the style, and then I channel some journal prompts. So those are an hour. If you would like to join me on Insight Timer, I will put the link in the description of this video. Feel free to sign up, pop on in if you want to zen out, reset your energy. Great opportunity to do that, and in a nice little cohort of like-minded people looking to reset, calm down, regenerate. Yeah, I'm so curious what the themes are going to be. So it'll be a surprise even to me. I usually channel well, maybe when you're seeing this, maybe I'll have just channeled exactly what I'm going to be doing. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And otherwise, I will see you back in another week for a week ahead reading. All right, bye everyone.